There is a painful truth about relationships that most people discover too late. Not everyone who loves you will support your growth. Not everyone who says they want the best for you will understand the person you are becoming. And sometimes the people closest to you can become the greatest obstacle between you and the life you are trying to build. This doesn't necessarily mean they are bad people. Sometimes they simply cannot understand your vision. Sometimes your growth makes them uncomfortable. Sometimes your ambition exposes their lack of ambition. And sometimes you are the one who has to make a difficult decision. Do you remain loyal to relationships that keep you comfortable, or do you remain loyal to the person you are becoming? This is where Stoicism becomes powerful. The Stoics understood something that modern society often forgets. You cannot control how people react to your growth. You cannot control whether someone understands your ambition. You cannot control whether someone stays in your life, but you can control how you respond. Marcus Aurelius understood that people will misunderstand you. Seneca understood that wealth itself is not the problem. The problem is becoming dependent upon things you cannot control. And Epictetus understood perhaps the most important lesson of all. Your peace cannot depend upon another person's behavior. Today, we're going to talk about the sad truth about relationships and financial growth. We're going to talk about why some relationships become expensive, why financial growth can change friendships, why success can reveal people's true attitudes, why you should never sacrifice your future simply to keep someone comfortable, and most importantly, how to pursue financial growth without becoming cold, selfish, arrogant, or disconnected from the people you love. Because the Stoic does not run away from relationships. The Stoic simply refuses to become a prisoner of them. Not everyone will understand your ambition. When you begin changing your financial life, something strange happens. You start thinking differently. You start asking different questions. Instead of asking, "What can I buy?" you start asking, "What can I build?" Instead of asking, "How can I look successful?" you start asking, "How can I become financially independent?" Instead of spending everything you earn, you start saving. Instead of chasing status, you start investing. Instead of going out every weekend, you might stay home and work on your business. And suddenly, people notice. Someone might say, "You've changed." Maybe you have. But change isn't always betrayal. Sometimes change is growth. One of the greatest mistakes you can make is expecting everyone around you to understand the new version of yourself. They won't. Some people knew you when you had no money. They knew your old habits. They knew the version of you who spent without thinking. They knew the version of you who was always available. And when you begin becoming disciplined, your availability changes. Your priorities change. Your conversations change. Your lifestyle changes. And people may interpret that as rejection. But there is a difference between abandoning people and abandoning behaviors that are destroying your future. You can love someone without following them into financial destruction. You can respect someone without adopting their habits. You can care about someone without allowing their expectations to control your life. That is Stoic maturity. Chapter 2. Some relationships are financially expensive. Not every expensive relationship involves someone directly taking your money. Sometimes the cost is hidden. A relationship can cost you through constant distraction, through emotional chaos, through unnecessary spending, through pressure to maintain an image, through guilt, through fear, through the inability to say no. Think about it. How many financial decisions are actually made because someone wants something from you? A new phone, a new car, a lifestyle you cannot afford, expensive vacations, restaurants, clothes, parties, constant entertainment. You tell yourself, "I have to keep up." But with whom? And why? Seneca warned repeatedly about the dangers of living according to external expectations. If you constantly need to impress people, you will never have enough money, because there will always be someone richer, someone with a bigger house, someone with a better car, someone taking a more expensive vacation, someone wearing more expensive clothes. If your financial identity depends upon comparison, you are already poor in one of the most dangerous ways. You are psychologically dependent. The Stoic asks, do I actually need this? Not, will people admire me if I have it? That question alone can transform your finances. Chapter 3. Love should not require financial self-destruction. There is a dangerous idea in relationships. If you really love me, you will provide everything I want. But love and financial irresponsibility are not the same thing. You can love someone deeply and still say, no. You can love your family and still establish boundaries. You can love your partner and still refuse to spend money you don't have. You can love your children and still teach them that money has limits. And you can love your friends while refusing to finance a lifestyle that you cannot sustain, a relationship that requires you to destroy your financial future in order to prove your love is not asking for love. It is asking for sacrifice without boundaries. And there is a difference. The Stoic does not believe that money is more important than people, but the Stoic understands that financial disorder eventually creates emotional disorder. Debt creates stress. Stress creates conflict. Conflict damages relationships. And eventually the very person you were trying to please may become part of the problem you were trying to avoid. This is why financial discipline is not selfish. Sometimes financial discipline is one of the most responsible forms of love. Chapter 4. Success will change some relationships. Here is another uncomfortable truth. When you begin succeeding, some relationships will change. Not because you became a different person, but because people begin seeing you differently. Some people will genuinely celebrate you. Others will become jealous. Some will ask for help. Some will expect favors. Some will suddenly become interested in your life, and some will disappear. Do not let this make you bitter. Remember the Stoic principle. People act according to their perceptions, desires, fears, and character. You cannot control them. You can only control yourself. If someone becomes jealous of your success, you don't need revenge. If someone disrespects you because you are growing, you don't need an argument. If someone leaves because you refuse to participate in their lifestyle, let them go. You don't have to hate them. You don't have to expose them. You don't have to prove anything. Sometimes the most powerful response is simply continuing forward. Chapter 5. The danger of outgrowing your circle. Your environment influences your behavior. If everyone around you spends recklessly, saving money will feel strange. If everyone around you complains about money, ambition may feel arrogant. If everyone around you believes success is impossible, your dreams may sound unrealistic. This is why financial growth sometimes requires changing your environment. But be careful. Stoicism does not teach you to look down on people. It teaches you to master yourself. Never become arrogant because you are financially disciplined. Never believe you are morally superior because you earn more money. Money does not automatically make someone wise. A wealthy person can be miserable. A poor person can be honorable. Financial success is useful, but character is greater. The goal isn't to become richer than everyone around you. The goal is to become less controlled by circumstances. Chapter 6. Your partner can either support or sabotage your financial future. One of the most important financial decisions you will ever make is choosing the person you build a life with. Because marriage and long-term relationships are not only emotional partnerships, they are financial partnerships. Two people can love each other deeply and still have completely incompatible financial philosophies. One saves, one spends, one plans, one lives impulsively. One thinks about tomorrow, the other thinks only about today. And eventually, love has to confront mathematics. Bills don't care how deeply you love each other. Debt doesn't care about romance. Interest doesn't care about arguments. And financial stress doesn't disappear because two people have chemistry. This is why compatibility matters. Before building a future with someone, ask, how do they think about money? Do they respect work? Do they understand delayed gratification? Can they live below their means? Can they distinguish needs from wants? Can they discuss financial problems without turning them into emotional warfare? These questions are not unromantic. They are realistic. Chapter 7. Never build your life around someone else's approval. One of the most dangerous traps is needing approval. You work hard because you want your partner to admire you. You make money because you want your family to respect you. You buy things because you want your friends to see that you have succeeded. You become successful. But you're still emotionally dependent. The Stoic asks a different question. If nobody applauded me, would I still do this? That question exposes your motives. If you would still work, still build, still save, still improve, then your ambition has roots. But if your entire identity depends upon recognition, you will always be vulnerable. Because applause is temporary, people change their opinions. Trends change, relationships change, your circumstances change. Therefore, build your life on something more stable than approval. Build it on character. Chapter 8. Don't let heartbreak destroy your financial future. Relationships can end. This is another painful reality. You can give someone years of your life, and one day the relationship may end. The Stoic doesn't pretend this doesn't hurt. Stoicism is not emotional numbness. It is emotional discipline. You are allowed to grieve. You are allowed to feel pain. You are allowed to miss someone, but don't allow temporary emotional pain to destroy permanent opportunities. Don't empty your bank account trying to buy someone's affection. Don't destroy your business because a relationship ended. Don't abandon your goals because someone walked away. And don't spend years trying to prove your worth to someone who no longer wants to be there. Marcus Aurelius repeatedly reminded himself of the temporary nature of life. Everything changes. People arrive. People leave. Circumstances shift. The question is, who will you become through it? Chapter 9. Financial growth requires boundaries. You cannot build wealth without learning to say no. No to unnecessary spending. No to impulsive decisions. No to pressure. No to emotional purchases. No to people who constantly expect financial rescue. And sometimes, no to yourself. This is difficult because saying no can make people uncomfortable. But discomfort is not danger. Someone being disappointed with your boundary does not mean your boundary is wrong. You don't need to explain every financial decision you make. You don't need to announce your savings. You don't need to tell everyone what you earn. You don't need to prove that you can afford something. The strongest financial position is often quiet. You don't need to look rich. You need to become financially resilient. Chapter 10. The Stoic way to handle financial pressure in relationships. When someone pressures you financially, pause. Don't react emotionally. Ask yourself 3 questions. First, is this genuinely necessary? Second, can I afford it without damaging my future? Third, am I doing this because I want to, or because I fear someone's reaction? That third question is powerful, because fear creates terrible financial decisions. You fear being called cheap. You fear disappointing someone. You fear being judged. You fear losing friends, and because of that fear, you spend. But remember Epictetus, if you are controlled by someone else's opinion, you are not free. Financial freedom isn't just having money. It's having the ability to say, I cannot do this, without shame. Chapter 11. Don't confuse providing with proving. There is a difference between providing for people you love and proving your worth through money. Providing comes from responsibility. Proving comes from insecurity. A responsible person says, I want to take care of what matters. An insecure person says, I need people to see that I can afford everything. The first builds stability. The second builds appearances. And appearances are expensive. You don't need to finance a lifestyle just to convince someone that you're successful. Your real wealth should eventually become boring, quiet, stable, predictable. You sleep well because you have reserves. You have options because you planned. You are not terrified by every unexpected expense. That is wealth. Chapter 12. Sometimes you have to walk away. There are relationships that can be repaired. There are relationships that require better communication. There are relationships where boundaries solve the problem. But there are also relationships that repeatedly destroy your peace, your discipline, and your future. And sometimes, the most stoic thing you can do is walk away. Not with hatred, not with revenge, not with dramatic speeches, simply with acceptance. You cannot control another person, You cannot force someone to respect your values. You cannot make someone financially responsible. You cannot make someone emotionally mature. And you cannot save everyone. Sometimes acceptance is the final form of strength. Chapter 13. Build with people, not for their approval. The ideal relationship is not one where two people compete over who sacrifices more. It is one where both people understand the mission. Two disciplined people can build something remarkable. They can save together, invest together, plan together, grow together, support each other's ambitions, and most importantly, they don't confuse love with consumption. Their relationship becomes an environment where both people become stronger. That is the goal. Not perfection, not unlimited wealth, but mutual growth. Chapter 14. Your financial future is your responsibility. At the end of the day, nobody else is responsible for your financial life. Not your parents, not your partner, not your friends, not your employer. You. That doesn't mean you should reject help. It means you should not surrender responsibility. You must learn. You must plan. You must save. You must invest carefully. You must control your desires. You must accept the consequences of your decisions. This is Stoicism applied to money. Take responsibility for what is within your control. Stop obsessing over what isn't. Chapter 15. The final Stoic lesson. The deepest lesson is not that relationships are bad. They aren't. Human connection is one of the greatest parts of life. The lesson is that love should not require you to abandon yourself. Your partner should not own your identity. Your friends should not control your spending. Your family should not dictate your entire future. Society should not determine your definition of success. And money should not determine your worth. You need balance. Build wealth, but don't become its servant. Love people, but don't become their prisoner. Help others, but don't destroy yourself doing it. Set boundaries, but don't become cruel. Pursue ambition, but don't lose your character. This is the Stoic balance. Conclusion. Choose your future without hating your past. One day you may look back at your life and realize something. Some people were meant to walk with you forever. Some were meant to walk with you for a season. And some were only there to teach you a lesson. Don't hate them. Don't resent them. Don't waste your future trying to punish your past. Take the lesson, keep the wisdom, release the bitterness, and continue. Your financial future requires discipline. Your relationships require wisdom. Your peace requires boundaries. And your character requires courage. Remember, you don't need everyone to understand your journey. You don't need everyone to support your ambition. You don't need everyone to approve of your decisions. You need to know what you are building, and you need the courage to protect it. Because the sad truth about relationships and financial growth is this: sometimes the people you love will not understand the sacrifices required to build the life you want. Sometimes your success will change your relationships. Sometimes your boundaries will disappoint people. Sometimes choosing your future will mean letting go of your past. But that doesn't make you selfish. It makes you responsible. The Stoic does not ask, "How do I make everyone happy?" The Stoic asks, "How do I live according to my principles?" And perhaps that is the question you should ask yourself tonight. Are your relationships helping you become stronger? Or are they keeping you comfortable? Are you building wealth? Or are you simply trying to look successful? Are you spending because you genuinely value something? Or because you are afraid of what someone will think? Are you protecting your future or sacrificing it to maintain someone's approval? You don't need to answer these questions publicly. Answer them honestly. Because financial freedom begins long before the money arrives. It begins when you stop allowing other people's expectations to control your decisions. And real emotional freedom begins when you understand this. You can love people deeply without losing yourself. You can care about people without carrying every burden they place on you. You can build wealth without worshipping money. And you can walk away from what destroys your peace without hatred. That is strength. That is discipline. That is freedom. And that is the Stoic way.